This training video describes how to measure single indicators for the Streamflow Duration Assessment Method, or SDAM, for the Pacific Northwest region. Single indicators include fish and aquatic life stages of certain amphibians and snakes. SDAMs were developed by the United States Environmental Protection Agency in collaboration with the United States Army Corps of Engineers. For more information about this video series, links to information about regional SDAMs, and the links included in this training, please click on the description box below. The Pacific Northwest SDAM is based on a combination of 5 indicators and 2 single indicators. This presentation will cover the assessment of the 2 single indicators, fish and aquatic life stages of certain amphibians and snakes. For these indicators, users document the presence of one or more fish or aquatic life stages of certain amphibians and snakes. These indicators are assessed using a 20-minute search time in the range of habitat types where they are likely to be found, which includes the stream channel, banks, as well as one full channel width from the top of both banks of the assessment reach. The search for single indicators may be conducted at the same time as the macroinvertebrate search for efficiency. A separate training video describes how to measure macroinvertebrate indicators for the Pacific Northwest SDAM. Importantly, vertebrates should be identified at the site and left at the site. Many fish and amphibian species are protected by state and federal laws. Fish and amphibians are often found in the same habitats as macroinvertebrates, including riffles and pools, leaf packs and tree roots, and woody jams and undercut banks. So it is important to include all available habitats in your 20-minute search. Various life stages of frogs and salamanders can be found under rocks and on the bottom of the stream channel. Certain frogs and tadpoles, as well as adult and larval salamanders, typically inhabit the shallow, slower-moving waters of stream pools and near the sides of banks. Importantly, when conducting the amphibian search, also search within one channel width from the top of both stream banks, because various life stages might be found there. There are different collecting techniques beyond a visual search of available habitats that are effective in in-stream habitats. For instance, in locations with flowing water, start at the downstream end and work your way upstream. Keep the D-frame kick net perpendicular to the direction of flow with the bottom flush with the stream bed. Make sure the net is fully extended and unobstructed, then stir up the substrate with your foot or hands in a 1 square foot area upstream of the net. Then empty the contents of the net into a white collecting tray containing stream water. In root mats, woody jams, and undercut banks, jab into those locations with the D-frame net. The presence of one or more of any fish species counts for this single indicator. The exception is mosquito fish when used as vector control, which does not count. For this single indicator, one or more individuals of life stages identified as obligate, OBL on the table, or facultative wet, FACW on the table, are counted. Table 2 in the Pacific Northwest SDAM, shown here, lists the species and relevant life stages. Some species are water dependent for their entire life cycle. For instance, Pacific giant salamander, torrent salamanders, and both the Oregon and Columbia spotted frogs. Some species, like the rough-skinned newt and Great Basin spadefoot toad, use but do not depend on surface or hyporheic water in adulthood. 3 species of garter snakes are water-dependent in juvenile and adult life stages. Vertebrates should be identified at the assessment site and left at the site. Take helpful photos, including context and diagnostic features that help confirm identification. There are amphibian and reptile guides available for the Pacific Northwest. There are also regional and local resources available online. Do keep in mind that amphibian eggs count for this indicator. If you find one or more fish or amphibian or snake life stages identified as obligate or facultative wet at the assessment reach, check the box on the field form to indicate their presence. Because not all amphibians or life stages are water dependent, it is important to refer to the provided table. Record on the field form the taxa that were observed that led to a positive answer. Relevant photos should be logged. Knowledge check. True or false? The Pacific giant salamander and Columbia spotted frog are water dependent for their entire life cycle. True. Many salamanders and frogs occurring in the Pacific Northwest require aquatic habitat throughout their life cycle. For more information about SDAMs and access to additional training videos on application of regional SDAMs, visit EPA's Regional Streamflow Duration Assessment Methods website.